The inverse of a function f of x is written as, remember it's this, my 8th hour told me it's a superscript is what you call it. Does that sound right? When it's up, it's not an exponent. It denotes f inverse of x. So today we're solving for the inverse equations, meaning we'll be undoing the equation to figure out what the inverse or opposite equation is. You will replace f of x with y. Then just like you did yesterday, you're going to swap x and y. So interchange x with y, solve for y, and then because you're fancy, you're going to replace, that's an R, doesn't look like an R, hold on. Replace y as f inverse of x, okay? Okay. Here we go. So you have this little function here, that's a line, right? 3x minus 1, it's y equals mx plus b. The first thing we'll do is just rewrite it as y equals 3x minus 1. Now you are going to swap x and y. So you're going to see me switch these because that's literally what we did yesterday, right? Is switch the x and y, so that's what you're doing. You're going to switch x and y. X, y, let me fill in, hold on. X is equal to now 3y minus 1. So you interchange x with y. Now you're going to solve for y. You're trying to get y by itself, just like you would any other equation. If it bothers you that you have like the 3y minus 1 on the right, you could completely swap this equation and reverse it, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Okay, so the first thing we do is add 1. You with me? So now I have this, x plus 1 is equal to 3y. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, now what? To get y by itself, I divide by 3. Yep, so this is all the, trying to undo. I get this equation, x plus 1 divided by 3 is equal to y. That's a little bit tacky because we're talking about inverses, and so you're just going to rewrite it, replace the y with f inverse of x. So final answer here, the f inverse of x, or the inverse of f of x rather, sorry, is x plus 1 divided by 3. You can also write it as 1, what would that be? 1/3 x plus 1/3. You can break it apart. I'm fine if you leave it like this. But if that bothers you that it's not like y equals mx plus b, this is the same thing. F inverse of x, 1/3 x plus 1/3. If you were to break it apart, okay? Okay, I'm fine with that. It works. Okay, that's all we're doing today. Swap, solve. 7. Replace f of x with y, because that's just another way to say the output value. 1/3 x minus 2. Now you're going to swap these, x and y. Interchange them. X is equal to 1/3 y minus 2. Okay, don't try and make this right side more complicated. You're trying to get y by itself. So trying to get it alone, you're doing reverse order of operation. What moves first? The 2. Okay, now you're with me. Plus 2. So x plus 2 is equal to 1/3 y. That's a 3, sorry. Okay, 1 multiplying by a third is the same thing as dividing by 3. So to undo this, I can do what? It's dividing right now by 3. So you're going to multiply by 3. If I multiply by 3 on both sides. The whole point of doing this is so that this cancels. Okay? And you are left with 3 times the quantity x plus 2. Of course you should distribute. Although technically it would be correct if you didn't. if you just left it in parentheses, but you should at the very least put it in parentheses. So 3x plus 6 is equal to y, but because you're fancy, you're going to rewrite it.
What happens to the 1, 3y? 3?
When I do 1/3 times 3, I get 1. It cancels out. Yeah. They're inverses. Okay, and then I get f inverse of x is equal to, what is it, 3x plus 6? Also a line. So lines have inverses of lines because if you reflect like we did yesterday, when you do the reflection, it's not gonna change the shape. I don't like that in red, that yellow. What we got next?
8.
Thank you. Okay, this is also a linear function, which doesn't really look like linear function because it's written like a big fraction. That's okay. It's already got the y equals for you, so you're just gonna go ahead and swap your x and y. X, y. Looks a little weird right now. It's fine. X is equal to y plus 5 divided by 3. Oh, I should have put the purple. Okay, and again, you're just trying to get y by itself. On the last two problems, we did the addition or subtraction first. You can't do that this time because it's got the division on the bottom. So you have to undo the division first by doing what? Yeah, multiply by 3. If I multiply by 3, I'm going to do this like, I'm going to write it with parentheses because that's like better math notation. The whole point of doing that, remember, is to cancel out these. To cancel out the division. So you are just left with 3x is equal to y plus 5. And you're almost done. What do you got to do? Yeah, subtract 5. And you get 3x minus 5 is equal to y, but don't leave it like that. You need to write it in inverse forms. The inverse of f of x is 3x minus 5. Okay, we're going to get to some stuff that's got some exponents now, which is kind of a review of what we've been doing. Because we already had x and y, so now it's going to look like this. X is equal to the square root of y minus 4 plus 2. Y. Okay, first thing. You can't combine like terms, -4 and 2, so you have to do what with the 2? Yeah, subtract it. So it's going to look like this now. X minus 2 is equal to the square root of y minus 4. We just took a test, and some of us need to retake this part of it, on radical equations. If I want to get rid of the square root, what power do I take it to? 2. Yeah, squared, square roots, those are inverses. So raise it to a power of 2, and I'm going to do this. I'll do parentheses. 2. Remember, the whole point of doing this was so that these cancel out. So all you're left with on the right side is y minus 4. On the left side, okay, on your test, when we did radical equations, you had to like distribute it out and then factor and do all that. We're not doing that. We're just trying to find the inverse equation. So you can leave it. If you wanted to do that, you would still get it correct. It's just not necessary, okay?
Why do we multiply by 2?
We didn't multiply by 2. We raised it to the power of 2 to get rid of the square root. Squareds and square roots cancel out. They're inverses. And then the last thing you have to do is add 4. Okay, this is a quadratic, meaning it's a U shape. X minus 2, the quantity squared. You cannot add -2 to 4. -2 is inside parentheses, so it's like this. So you can rewrite it, please. I'm running out of room. I'll do it down here. The inverse of f of x is equal to the quadratic. This is vertex form. X minus 2, the quantity squared, plus 4. If you, like, quote, accidentally FOIL it out or distribute it out, it does not make a difference. It will still be correct. If you were to do, like, x minus 2 twice and distribute it out of habit, that's still correct, okay? It's just not as obviously the inverse. Everything here you can see is backwards. You had squared, you had a square root, now you have squared. You had +2, now you have -2. You had -4, you had +4. You can obviously see that everything is opposite of what you have. Okay, so we're going to switch this out. Oh no. Y equals 2x to the third plus 1. Swap. And then let's see if you can figure this out. I'm going to say get as far as you can. Okay? So you have a cubic function. We're trying to find the inverse of it. You can't deal with the exponent until the end because you're doing reverse order operations. All right, hopefully you've got this. So we're going to subtract 1. X minus 1 is equal to 2y to the third. Before you can deal with the exponent of 3, you need to divide by 2. They give you this lovely situation. X minus 1 all divided by 2 is equal to y to the third. Okay, you have a power of 3. To undo a power of 3, what root would you do? The cube root is what we call that. Remember, you just took a test on, or we just like learned about cube root sum. Yeah, you could take it to the power of 1/3, but you don't usually see like graphs or equations with a 1/3 power, so it's better to do the actual cube root function, which is what we talked about the other day. So the cube root on both sides of that entire thing. Again, the point of that is to cancel out the power of 3. So these are both going to be gone. So you're just left with y, and I'm going to rewrite it. So the inverse of f of x is equal to, yes, this is not very pretty, but it's fine, x minus 1 over 2, the cube root of x minus 1 over 2. Okay? Can you try the last one on your own? All right, I'll put it on the board. You can work with the people at your table. Again, your whole point is to undo what you see. Oh shoot, I forgot to swap. Have a good weekend. Okay. So you got x to the third is equal to 1 minus 4. And you just have to add 4. Okay, you get this. If you got that, well done. Make sure that you have an inverse notation, so inverse of f of x instead of y is equal to x to the third plus 4. Okay.